We selected it because of its vicinity to the highest mountain in what was then the United States.
Yes.
It is still the highest in the lower 48. The Alaskans talk of this as the lower 48, with a little contempt.
Have you been to Alaska?
Yeah, twice.
In fact, John told me of a film of you flying in an airplane. Was that around Mount McKinley?
Yes.
Is there some way we could get a copy of that?
Well, I imagine so.
From you?
It's on 8mm.
Right. So what I wanted to do is put a piece of that shot next to you getting into the helicopter yesterday.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, I see. Yeah, that is extremely rugged country. It almost flattens this out.
Have you been to the Himalayas?
No.
No.
But the Puranas speak of a Himalaya that's north of the North Pole.
Well, how is that? No one knows that.
No, of course, north of the North Pole to us doesn't mean anything. But from their point of view, go up to the North Pole in a straight line and go beyond.
Would be Mount McKinley.
You get Mount McKinley.
That's right.
Now, the word Himalaya means snowy range. Sierra Nevada means snowy range.
So here we are.
So these are the Himalayas of the West.
That's right.
And they are the Sierra Nevada of the East.
It's all the same somewhere. I have some more questions, too, relative to the Alabamas. Remember I asked you and you said because the people came from Alabama?
Yeah, there were some here at that time.
That's why they named the rocks Alabama?
Yes, it is not really related to the country.
It has nothing to do. Well, how did those are glacial rocks.
How did they what?
Why are those rocks so different from everywhere else?
Well, these are very ancient, according to the geologists, even Precambrian.
Oh, yes.
If you'll notice, the crystals are breaking down. The rocks are really dead. This is a very young range.
Interesting that they should mix this way.
Yeah, yeah.
They do look old, too.
Oh, they are very old. Now, Precambrian would imply, in earlier days, they thought the Cambrian was the beginning of life, but they have found microscopic life still older.
Mm-hmm.
But Precambrian means very old. That's up in the billions.
So that indicates then this land, there's not sea fossils in that grouping.
I don't know of any here.
No. So
but
one would assume that was exposed for a long time.
Oh, yes, that would be. But then there you'd have to look up the geological authorities.
And while you've been here, we have been sleeping down at Tuttle Creek Campground, and the sky is incredibly deep.
I know.
And so you have been under this sky all this time, and I find myself, my dreams are affected here, and my imagination is much more expansive. I mean, the horizon is huge, and you've been here for all this time, exposed.
Yes. We started building this house in 1961, completed in 63. Gertrude and I built it almost wholly. We had one professional here for a while, also one of our associates.
You were 70 when you started building? 63, no.
61 and 13 is 74.
Yes, excuse me.
I can give you the history of it. I was, at the time, it was about 1935, during the Deep Depression. We were up in Placer County, California, exploring something of the residue gold that might have been left by the Argonauts. I got a little, but not enough. I was down on Tuttle Creek, a tributary of the North Fork of the American River. And I was looking at the mountains around me and the sky above, and suddenly it dawned upon me that there where we see objects, there is a relative void, and that the seemingly empty space is substantive. Instead of there being reality where the objects appear, there is relative void. But there where nothing seems to appear is the reality which is substantive.
Is that relative to the time of the light, the speed of light? Is relative?
No, I didn't go into physical conceptions.
Okay.
Now, that can be stated mathematically in the form. The S representing substantiality equals 1 over P, which is the way of saying mathematically inversely proportional. Now you can, with algebraic processes, multiplying through by P, you can get the equation PS equals 1. Now in the usual form you use X and Y. But that happens to be the equation of the equilateral hyperbola referred to its asymptotes as axes of reference.
Well, the days they fly by lightning fast, I'm waiting for the thunder. I don't know where you're going or where you're from, but would you like to come on under? Or would you like to come on under? Or would you like to come on under? I feel cold, but my head is dry and the sky is falling up.